Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the victim, to the family of the victim? Why were you armed, sweetheart? Karmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Hey, what's up, guys? So I want you to take a look at these stunning admissions from these Karmelo Anthony supporters during an interview with Savannah Hernandez, because most of these supporters claimed that this was self-defense and that the reason for these charges were due to racism. Take a look.
If evidence does come out that Karmelo was not in fact fighting for his life when he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows that he did not, no, we're going to stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs. We're going to stand by ours regardless. I'm a mother first. I'm a black mother. Let me put that on there. I'm an African-American mother. So I have to put away my color first and step into the motherhood. Nobody wants to see their child slain. So I do want to send prayers to Austin Metcalf, their family. But at the end of the day, I got to think like, okay, what did you do to him or whatever to cause this to happen, the reaction? We got to start taking accountability for our kids.
Okay, so I think it's pretty crystal clear that these Karmelo Anthony supporters do not care about the truth. They do not care about justice. All they care about is the fact that Karmelo Anthony is black. Because of that, they're willing to do whatever it takes to keep him out of prison. And never mind the fact that there was so much evidence going against Karmelo and the fact that he was anticipating violence and threatening deadly force before any physical contact occurred. Because remember, he was one who said, "Touch me and see what happens."
Because then again, if my kid, that's why it's a catch-22, if my kid was Karmelo and I feel like his back was up against the wall, well, I'm going to tell you straight up, better mine than yours. Better mine than yours. So either way it go, everybody loses. A black boy allegedly murdered, and I say allegedly, heavy on the allegedly murdered somebody. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, this is about race. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't give a damn.
Who wouldn't give a damn?
Let me say this. Let's say the community.
So like if Karmelo Anthony was the one stabbed and killed by Austin Metcalf,
they wouldn't give a damn.
I come out here every Thursday and we pray for people going to court because we know this is the final frontier of racism and it's legalized here.
It was announced yesterday that there's no black jurors that were chosen. What are your thoughts on that?
That's why we need God. That's why we need God, and that's why he's going to show who's in control.
And would you be open to giving us your personal insights into the Karmelo Anthony trial and what your thoughts are on it?
I just want justice done. You know, we know nobody go to a track meet to murder anybody, okay? Come on.
Then why is Karmelo Anthony carrying a knife to a track meet? Like, in all my years of high school, I've never carried a knife, never even thought about carrying a knife to school or to a school sporting event.
That's an accident, self-defense, that's what it was. I'm not saying the kid should get off free, but first-degree murder? Come on. Basically, he's facing the wrong charge for the crime that was committed.
Do you think Karmelo is innocent? Do you feel like it's been an unfair response to what happened to Karmelo Anthony?
I feel that the justice system always over-respond when it comes to us. So definitely, I mean, you look at the charge. It was self-defense. He was wrestling with two guys. I don't know what the parameters of it, but it was two people. So, you know, 2 against 1, that's self-defense.
You know what? After listening to these two supporters speak about this case, I kind of understand now why there is an entirely white jury, because the level of bias you have from certain groups of people is just insane. Oh, we're going to stand by ours no matter what. Like, this is why you had the prosecution just weed out certain potential jurors, because they knew for a fact that these people would not be able to remove race out of the equation and just strictly look at the facts of the case. And if you need proof, just go back 30 years ago to the O.J. Simpson case. We all know he did it. But because of the fact that that jury pool had, what, 6, 7, 8 black people of the 12, they actually bought the story that, you know, the glove didn't fit. With that being said, the prosecution in the Karmelo Anthony case did place some strikes on potential jurors, claiming that they were educators and teachers and that they were a little too close to the case. But I'm pretty sure they didn't want another O.J. Simpson outcome.
Don't stand on shit. Whatever you talking about, the motherfucking lie. And you motherfucking I don't give a fuck. Whatever you talking about, the motherfucking lie, and you know it. Fuck you. Chimp it out, man. Low impulse control. This is the reason why Austin Metcalf is dead. Because this is a response that is told. This is the response they teach their young people to have. This is the response that the mothers, the black mothers in this community does not teach its people to respect personal boundaries. It does not teach people to talk with respect. And that's why Austin Metcalf said, because of your failure as black parents. Failures as black parents. Failures as black parents. Teaching the youth to look at that boy. Look at that boy. Me and you, mutual combat. Me and you, mutual combat. What's up? Hey, can we get mutual combat? Now you got me.
Yo, that was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So that is Jake Lang. He's a former J6er. I don't agree with much of what he says or his methods. He's a bit of a provocateur, but in that dialogue, I can't really disagree with him because a lot of the issues within this particular community is just poor parenting or even lack of parenting, but also low impulse control. Like the fact that Carmelo Anthony was asked on 15 separate occasions to leave the tent, but refused to do so, and then reacted by pulling a knife out of his bag. Like there's just so much going against this kid in this trial. Like I already pointed out a few, but let's just look at some other ones. So the threat allegedly was not deadly. Texas law generally allows deadly force only when a person reasonably believes it is necessary to prevent death, seriously bodily injury, or certain serious crimes. Prosecutors argue that a shove or a brief physical confrontation did not justify a fatal stabbing. On top of that, witness testimony contradicts the self-defense argument. So at least one eyewitness testified that Anthony did not appear to be acting in self-defense and instead appeared determined before the stabbing.
So what do you think the outcome's going to be here? What do you hope
He
for?
has an all-white jury. They're definitely going to hang his ASS. I know you're on. They're going to hang him. Point blank, they're going to hang him.
Why do you think that is?
It's an all-white jury. We see it all the time. We always talk about, maybe it's a maybe. It's never going to change. We always been at the bottom of the totem pole. That's never going to change unless you get up and move out. But I don't see him with a not guilty verdict. I don't. But if he is guilty, at least give him 10 years with the possibility of parole. Because he's facing 5 to 99. Give him at least 10. So he can still do half and then still come up for parole and still continue on with his life.
Okay, so this woman is batshit crazy. So if she doesn't want Carmelo Anthony's life to be ruined and for him to only get 10 years, what about the life of Austin Metcalf or the lives of his family members, friends, his brother? Have you not thought about that? You want people to show more remorse for the assailant, the attacker in this case, instead of the victim and his family? Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.